It was a Tuesday morning, one of those crisp, quiet days where the air smelled of freshly cut grass and the sun lit up the neighborhood just enough to make it look like a postcard. I was sipping my coffee on my porch, enjoying a moment of peace before heading to the ranch for work. My property, handed down from my grandfather, sat on the edge of an HOA-controlled neighborhood. The HOA hated that my land was technically outside their jurisdiction, and over the years they'd done everything short of hiring a marching band to annoy me. But that morning, they crossed the line. A black SUV with HOA Compliance Patrol plastered in bold letters rolled up my driveway, lights flashing like they were on some kind of SWAT raid. Two men stepped out, wearing tactical-style vests that screamed wannabe cops, with shiny HOA badges clipped to their chests. Right behind them, an actual police cruiser pulled in, except something about the car didn't look right. It had magnetic decals and no official unit number. The leader, a tall, thin man with a sharp nose and an overinflated sense of authority, shouted, "Sir, step down from the porch. You're under investigation for multiple HOA violations." I set my coffee down slowly, trying to keep my calm. "You can't investigate me. I'm not under your HOA," I replied. That's when Karen herself emerged from the SUV. She was the self-appointed queen of the HOA, her hair perfectly sprayed into place, oversized sunglasses hiding eyes that always burned with self-righteous fury. She strutted up like she owned the place, holding a thick stack of papers. "Actually," she smirked, "we voted last week to annex your property into the HOA. You now fall under our jurisdiction. And according to our bylaws, you've racked up $18,000 in fines." I laughed out loud. "You can't just decide to annex someone's property without their consent. That's not how property law works." Her smirk twisted into a scowl. "We'll see about that. Officers, arrest him for non-compliance." The two HOA police moved toward me, one pulling out handcuffs. That's when I noticed the patches on their vests weren't even sewn on straight, and their holsters were empty. My stomach dropped. These weren't just overzealous security guards. They were fake cops. "Touch me," I warned, "and I'll make you regret it." Karen barked, "You're resisting. That's another violation." She waved her arms dramatically, calling toward the fake patrol car. "Get the tow truck for his truck, too." I stepped forward, my voice cold and deliberate. "Before you do something incredibly stupid, you should know I'm a federal investigator, and you've just committed about 6 different crimes in the last 30 seconds. The HOA police froze mid-step. One muttered, Karen, maybe we should—" "Shut up," she snapped. "He's bluffing." I pulled out my phone and tapped record, making sure to get every face in the frame. "Here's the thing, Karen. Impersonating law enforcement is a federal offense. So is attempting to make a false arrest. And if you think your little HOA bylaws can override state property law, you're in for a very unpleasant legal education." That's when the real police showed up. The county sheriff's SUV rolled in behind them, and 2 uniformed deputies stepped out. The lead deputy recognized me immediately. "Morning, sir. Sorry for the trouble. We got a call about non-compliance with HOA regulations, but when dispatch ran your address, it flagged your credentials." Karen tried to butt in. "Officer, arrest him. He's—" The deputy held up a hand to silence her. "Ma'am, I suggest you stop talking before you make this worse. These men," he pointed at her so-called officers, "are under arrest for impersonating police. And you, ma'am, will be coming with us for conspiracy." Karen's face went pale. She stammered, I was just enforcing the rules." I leaned against the porch rail, sipping my coffee again. "Karen, your rules end where my property begins. And after today, they might end altogether." The deputies cuffed her and the fake officers, reading them their rights as they were loaded into the real police cars. I handed over my video recording, making sure it captured Karen's face in glorious high definition as she realized she was about to spend the night in county lockup. Within a week, the HOA board called an emergency meeting. Karen was removed as president, the compliance patrol was disbanded, and the HOA quietly sent me a letter stating they would never attempt to interfere with my property again. I had it framed above my desk. But the best part? Every time I see Karen now, walking her little dog around the neighborhood, she crosses the street to avoid me. The queen of the HOA had been dethroned, and I didn't even have to raise my voice.
I am Liam, and trust me, the next HOA story is even worse. Subscribe now.